since you got into office, you've received in excess of over 100 billion as a governor. What have you done with that? Some roads, your opponent will criticize you to say they are in a devastating form, and you can list a whole lot of roads in Edo State that are being devastated and left and now it's in fact raining, and some of these roads are impassable. So if you say you've gotten these loads and loads of money, how do you defend to the people of Edo State who voted into office that this is what you use their money for?
Well, I think it's rather sad that you evaluate development just in terms of things, infrastructure like roads alone. You know, roads are important, but they're important for a purpose. What do they do? Why do you build infrastructure like roads, electricity? Why? It's to improve the human conditions and human circumstances. In the case of Edo State, it's on record, the data is there. There is no government in Edo State that has built as many roads as my government. Over the last 8 years, we've built in excess of 1,400 kilometers of road. And what is interesting about these roads are they are internal roads to Edo State. Edo has a very significant opportunity in terms of its location. Edo is at the hub of transportation in Nigeria. So you cannot go from the western part of Nigeria, from Lagos, west, to the east, or to the south, or to the north, without going through Edo. And all of those road networks are federal roads. So Edo, for instance, has, one of the largest network of federal roads. And they crisscross even the center of the city. So whether it's the road coming in from Lagos Obowo Road, which is a major artery, it's a federal road. I can't touch it, they will not allow me to fix it. Whether it's the road going south-south to Sapele, to Warri, that's a federal road, I can't touch it. And the federal government will not fix it. Whether it's the one going to the north, the Auchi Road, Apapaba Road, these are all federal roads. Even when we've appealed to the federal government to allow us, it hasn't happened. I'll give you an example.
But states actually construct federal roads and get repayment later on.
No more. It used to be, but not anymore. And I'll tell you, we haven't had some more interesting road financing for roads. Take the Benin-Asaba Road, right? We joined the concessionaires to be partners with the concessionaires so that that road can be fixed. Money has been raised, but for 1 year, the federal government has refused to give final approval. So what do we do? So what we've done instead is to build our own alternative state roads. So if you are going to Edo North, for instance, today, you don't have to go through the main federal road. You just go through our roads, the ones we've constructed from Sobe to Sabongidaura, for instance, going into Edo North. On the eastern flank, ditto the same thing. So we're constructing alternative internal state roads.
But these roads are often flooded, Governor.
Not the ones we have designed recently and built. The roads you will talk about are maybe the roads in the GRA when they were designed and built many, many years ago. They didn't have need for drainage. But today, there's been 2 master drainage plans and studies and construction that has occurred that we are now using to plan construction of roads.
Do you know the name they call you? Mr. MOU, the MOU governor.
Yes.
You signed a lot of that.
Yes.
Well, how much of that have you practically bring to bear?
Very interesting, because the president just came from China and he signed quite a few. And why MOUs? You sign memoranda of understanding when you want to bring in a partner to do a business with you. So, everything we've done for us as government, our responsibility is not to do business. It's to partner and bring in partners to do business with us. The responsibility of government is to provide the enabling environment for business to happen. And since you are not the one putting your money in a particular venture, you have to sign an understanding with that person that you will do certain things for that project to happen. And that is what we have done. And fortunately for us, 80% of the MOUs we've signed have materialized.
80%?
80%.
Can you name some of these projects?
So, take the Edo Refinery project, for instance. It's up and running.
Is it on stream now?
It's on stream.
How much of content does it produce per day?
Well, when it gets crude allocations, it produces everything. But
has it been tested? Has it been primed?
Precisely. So if you have time, I'll ask you to just visit and see yourself. But the opposition has a very powerful negative machinery because they were not able to do this. If you look at a retail space, for instance, ShopRite, struggled to have retail malls, for instance. Today, it's there for you to see. We're building what's it called, a major 4-star hotel with the Radisson Group. It's there. These are all projects. Is that still in the hands of? Because there are those who say that now has fallen into you and your friend's hands. Well, it's off the state government's hands, and the state government has spent money into it. No, government has recovered more. It's all its money plus a profit. So we recovered all our money, and we have a 20% stake. That's the whole idea of financial engineering: creating things when you don't have the money and making it happen.